to be this person that does the most in school and finishes every task without being a disappointment to any teacher? Well, this video is going to be very helpful for you. I'm going to give you some tips on how to become your best academic self. Now, personally, since this school year have actually started, I've been procrastinating a lot. When I say procrastinating, I mean, for example, I do my homework because I'm not supposed to not do my homework, but at the same time, I don't do notes. I don't revise before doing homework, which is definitely not a good idea. And I also have a pretty messed up routine. Very organized during the day. I don't try to be productive, I just try to get things over with. I wrote a couple of things which I would usually do in my school routine, which helps me to kind of be ahead. I'm trying to get back to these habits because they definitely used to help me a lot during my school year. Watching, if you want, get a notebook and try to write down everything that you think might be helpful for you. And yeah, let's get going. A couple of few things with you. So as I did say that my IB calculator is gonna come on the 13th, and today is the 15th of September. They actually brought it by Friday the 13th, but we weren't at home, so they had to put it in the nearest post office, and they brought it in today, which is great because tomorrow I'll probably need it for math. I'm not even sure I have math tomorrow. I think I have math on Wednesday, but it's fine. It's gonna be useful because I have some homework. So yes, let's unbox it together. And I also got a present from one of my friends from China, and I think it's like a souvenir present. He actually got it for many of our friends in our class. Okay, we're gonna start with the present. So this is the bag. Oh my god, okay, so this is the bag. It's super cute. We have this little guy. I'm gonna have it on my desk so it can give me study motivation. We have a little postcard, which is also really cute. We'll try it later. And we have some candy too. It's called White Rabbit, I think. I don't know, guys. If you know any of these snacks, let me know what they are. Because even if I taste them, I'll probably not know what they are exactly. I think it comes in with separate batteries. I hope it's working already. So, it's huge. Okay, that's how it looks like from the outside. Nothing too special. I'm probably gonna decorate it with some stickers later. Okay, I forgot a side. Yeah, it's totally huge. I'm not sure if it's working already. I think we need to put in the batteries first. Yeah. Okay, let me put the batteries and I'll be back. Looks super nice. It's definitely very organized. And this is my IB calculator. If you want this calculator, go ahead and check the link in the description box. Well, you'll have to be an IB, I think, in order to use it, or SATs. This is not allowed in igcse. If you find it very expensive in your own country, then Amazon is always an option. It's always much cheaper. Okay, now let's try out the snacks that my friend gave me. And I just tried to translate this word right here, and I think it says aram. Because on Google Translate it's so stupid, but it said ALAM, which is kind of it could be ARAM. Pretty sure this is my name, which is so cool. Let's start with this one. It looks pretty good. I really want to try it, so okay. This is how it looks like. Try it. It's like a little cookie. and like a pastry mixed together. But it's actually super good. I love it. It's so good. Yummy. I'll try these little candies. There is a brown one and a blue one. I'm gonna try both and see which one is better. I'm not sure if there's a difference, but we'll see. Okay. He gave me these a while ago. I'm pretty sure like on the first week of school, but I'm trying them now because I wanted to film a video and add them into it. Just to say thank you to him because he's so sweet. He always brings us like snacks and stuff. This is a brown one. Yeah, a little milk candy. It's chewy, but it's very, very good. Blue one now. The camera isn't focusing, so. This one's definitely more chewy. It's because it's been a while, but I feel like this one is mint. It's also pretty good. I don't think it's gum though. I think it's just like a chewy candy. Okay, so I'll be looking at my laptop and then looking back at you because I have all the notes written there. The thing I'm going to be starting with is school studying. So studying during school hours. Now personally, I prefer doing notes regularly. Every time we do a chapter, I go home and I summarize the book pages into my own notes and into my own words, which helps me not only understand the concept but also apply it to real life examples. The thing I'm going to be recommending to you is a whiteboard. If you don't have a whiteboard or you do not want to get a whiteboard, please use your imagination. I don't know, get a like piece of paper and cover it with book protecting covers, which allow you to write on with a marker and can be erasable, or even use your windows. If you have a big mirror, you can also use it. If you have a mirror closet, then you can also use it and write on it with a marker. For example, if I'm doing a topic in biology and I want to break it down into several topics, I take different markers for different topics. For example, for the question I'd write it in green, for the answer I'd write it in red, and for the correction I'd write it in blue. I'm gonna recommend some note application if you're taking your notes online. Personally, I use a laptop. You can also use an iPad. For my laptop, I use Google Notes. This just helps me a lot. It has many tools that I could use that are very efficient. Or you could use Microsoft Notebook, where you could write your topics in sections where your teachers will have full access to all of your notes and will be able to correct it if you need anything that you like having to print out pages and give it to them. So that's just a more efficient way. When I use my class notebook, I make sure to write subject by subject, chapter by chapter, and then section by section. This just helps me make sure that everything is organized in the right order, and when I need something, I don't have to look for it for a long time. I could just look for the section and then I'll find whatever I want beneath that section. If you also like to have very aesthetic notes, and I would also recommend Notion. I know Notion usually is used to organize your life and have like a bullet journal online, which is also very useful, and I use Notion to organize my life. But at the same time, Notion can be used to write notes and have them organized in many different ways that you prefer. You can find many templates according to what program you're doing. So for example, if you type on Google IB templates, then you'll get an IB template. It's not going to be free for all of the templates that you might like, but for some templates that are pretty good and can be customizable, they are free, which you can easily download and use. For me, when I use my laptop, I make sure to do very clear notes that are explicitly summarized, because I don't want to just copy whatever is written in the book, because in the book they yap too much, and I don't like that. I don't want to memorize everything by heart. I want to understand the concepts so I can apply them when the time comes. So I definitely just try to write them in a summarized way and neat way, so that when I come back to my notes, I don't have to look for answers. I have the answers there and I find them there. If you do not like taking notes, I would recommend applications and websites that you can visit for free notes that I usually do use. So if you're doing IB, then Save My Exams is definitely a very efficient way to find notes that are summarized for you, and you can access them very easily. You can also find for A-levels and IGCSEs. For IGCSEs, I do recommend Physics and Math Tutor, though they focus on GCSEs mostly, but it's still very helpful for international GCSEs because they're pretty similar. There's just like a couple of differences that aren't that huge. Physics and Math Tutor also supplies you with flashcards, past papers, and many different things that could be useful to studying for a test. If you do like to use flashcards for studying, I would also recommend Quizlet. Quizlet is a very nice way to study using flashcards instead of writing them down on paper and losing the paper. Quizlet already has ready templates that you can use for flashcards. You can also edit them. I'm not sure if you need Quizlet Premium because I haven't tried editing any ready flashcards, but I'm pretty sure you might need Premium for that. But it's not that expensive, so it's okay. You can still buy it. For Save My Exams, they also provide you with explaining videos, which are also literally amazing, especially for IGCSEs. It got me through my physics IGCSE and I got an 8, which was amazing. If you do not understand the topic on the way the teacher is explaining it, make sure to ask the teacher more than one time. Please explain it again. And if you don't understand it by the third time, it might be the teacher's fault and not yours. And many other ways that you could understand the topic in, because you don't want to go to a test and not know what to write. I personally recommend YouTube. I think YouTube is so underrated for like educational purposes. Many people just watch it for entertainment, which I understand, but it can be very useful if you don't understand a certain topic. You can also find past papers that are being solved by other people, which will also help you understand them better. For example, last year for math, I was struggling because I couldn't really understand very well what was going on, and I was missing out on many topics. I had to self-study most of the time. And YouTube was very helpful. I would use Math Genie. He would explain math very well. Or in general, I would just search math help of a certain topic, and then I would get really useful videos and I would understand more than just studying it myself. Homework. I know it's very hard to do a homework that is probably due 3 days after the day it was assigned, or even a month. But I personally prefer doing my homework the day they are assigned. Sometimes, yes, I procrastinate and I don't do my homework the day it's assigned, which leaves me a lot of problems when the due date comes. From my personal experience and recommendation, I would say if the homework is little, if it's like, okay, just an essay, a small essay or a small paragraph, or even math problem or 2 or 20, do it on the day it is assigned. It's gonna be easier for you. When the due date comes, you don't have to stress about it. You realize when we procrastinate, we actually tend to do the task in a wrong way just to get it over with. So I don't like that. I always like my homework to be correct and accurate. So I definitely focus on doing my homework on the day it is assigned. I make sure it's gonna be correct, and I make sure I have time to look for it if I find any problem, and if I don't understand something. Find a good study routine that fits you. So personally, for example, on weekdays, I prefer to study from 5 hours to 8 hours. That's how I usually did it last year. I'm trying to bring that back this year because I definitely have more stuff to do. Do not burn yourself out just for studying. Like, do other activities. For example, for CAS in IB, required to do creative things, service things, activities such as physical activity, educational activity, anything of that sort. I used to do volleyball. It was very nice. It was like before last year. I need to find something new to do to bring back physical activity into my life. I usually like to work out at home, go on a run. You need your brain to be healthy, then you need to be healthy mentally and physically. I think you should focus on eating something that is beneficial for you. Like, don't cut out junk food from your life for like ever, but eat it on the weekends, or eat it like 3 times a week. It's fine, but do not live off of it. Like, have a good meal that is full with nutrients that your body needs, like vegetables, fibers, protein. These are important. Even carbs are very important for us humans to function and get energy. Find a habit to do in the mornings. And when I mean in the mornings, I mean before you go to school, or even in the morning during the weekend. So I found something that I really like, which is stretching. It just helps me to kind of relax my muscles in the morning. Probably crack a bone or two, which doesn't sound amazing, but you know what I mean. In general, stretching has been like a good habit for me. It wakes me up in the morning, makes me feel like I've done something productive. It makes me like more energetic with the day. Find a habit that fits your general routine too throughout the day. For example, you can go on a run, you can go on a walk, you can walk your dog or your cat. I don't know if anyone does that, but anyways, find something that you like so that you don't get bored of it at some point. Surround yourself with good people, good study buddies, people who actually try to embrace your personality, your good traits and not your bad traits. Anyways, I'm not sure what the definition of a good influence is, but I know they need to be good people who take care of you and take care of your mental health and actually care about your performance in general. You can also meditate, do yoga. I like meditation. I try to do it in the weekends. I don't usually do it all the time. Most of the time I don't have time enough to actually sit down and like meditate and not think about my life. If you're feeling like you don't want to study one day and you don't want to do all of the things I just told you, then definitely do it, but don't take it too far. Don't do it like 20 days a month and then the rest are just studying productivity. Okay, take a day off every week. That's definitely a good thing to do. A day off meaning weekends. Do not skip school, okay? School is very important in order for you to actually perform well academically. Kind of take the day off, do some skincare if you like skincare, go out with your family, go out with your friends, go out alone, it's totally fine. Go to the beach, swim, have fun, I don't know, eat food that you like, cook food, bake, things that you can do that might make you happy. Okay, last but not least, I'm going to talk about some study techniques that are definitely beneficial. So we have a Pomodoro technique, focuses on studying for 25 minutes and then taking a 5 minutes break. Now that's helpful when you do not have a lot of things to study. I do that when I'm like revising for a test that I have in a week. Because yes, I have time, I can just revise slowly. Do not go on your phone when you have breaks during your study. It's gonna make you lose focus, which we do not want. We want to have full-on focus throughout the whole session. What I would do, I would listen to music without any lyrics, or I would draw something, sketch in these 5 minutes, or I would go make me a snack or even a drink. I would talk to my family for a while, you know, just have a little break without using your phone, because that's definitely something we don't want to do. Another technique I use when I have a lot of studying but I don't have time. I would study for long periods of time, but then when I feel like I have such minimum energy left, I would take a break for 10 minutes, which is kind of enough for you to kind of relax. After the little break I take of 10 minutes, I make sure to go back to studying. This helps if you have a test in 2 days and you don't have time to actually take like 5 minutes break every 25 minutes you study. So yes, this is definitely a more intense way of studying, but it's a good way. Okay, sleep, sleep, sleep. I'm probably not the best person to be talking about this right now, because I definitely do not sleep for like 8 to 9 hours, but I try to. It is something I try throughout the week. If I don't have time at all and I have to do stuff until like 1 a.m., then I would stay awake, it's fine. But if I want to wake up the next day early, then I'd focus on sleeping early so that I get my enough amount of sleep, because sleep helps your brain to focus and repurpose the information and actually store it. I know school can be very stressful and too much pressure for all of us, but school is definitely a very beneficial thing, and it is quite a privilege to be learning and going through a social experiment, because I personally also view school to be a social experiment, because we get to see and get to know many people that we might not know outside of school if we weren't there. We get to understand how we should work under pressure, how we should perform tasks, and how we should apply to actual uses in the future. Many people are not privileged enough to do school. I definitely understand if you think that, okay, maybe in the future I'll do something that isn't going to be needing me to have a school certificate, learn new things, and get to know people that you might spend your lifetime with. So yes, just try to make school fun. Do not take it in the way that, oh, you're forced to go to school. Just take it in the way that you want to go to school to learn and get to know more people and get to see your friends, your teachers, the people that you love to spend your time with. And I'm sure it's gonna be just fine. Great. Everyone can do the most and everyone can succeed in their life. They just need the right mindset for it. That's what I personally believe. If you feel like you're being drowned by school, talk to someone, write that down. Try to find people who could help you, and do not focus much on grades, because that's not what we should be focusing on. What we should be focusing on is understanding the material and trying to apply it into real life uses and actually use it in the future. So grades do not determine how smart you are. Grades just help you understand the concept and help you view your understanding of the concept. So yes, just make sure to get the most out of school experience. Do not just think of it as a bad experience, because that's not gonna get you anywhere. I hope this video helped you. I hope you actually find something that is beneficial for you and could help you in learning how to become your better self this school year. If you need any help or if you have any questions, you can ask me in the comments or on my socials. Definitely DMs are open for everyone. And yeah, see you in the next one.